Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Apex Chess Academy. I am FIDE instructor Hemal Thanki. Today's our theme is crushing the king. No, not crushing the king on short side. This time we are going to see crushing the king in the center. Yes, in our previous videos we have seen the crushing the king on the short side. This time we are going to see the theme crushing the king in the center. When we are seeing the theme crushing the king, and if we don't cover the theme, the game of Tal, it's of course a crime. So today we are going to cover the first game of crushing the king in the center where Tal is white and black is John Wonderful. The game was played in 1982. Let's start with the game. C4, E6, Knight C3, Bishop B4, E4, C5, and right from the start, from move number 4, Tal starts the complications. Here Tal played Knight to B5. Normally we used to teach kids that we should not play same piece twice in the opening. So normally Tal is one of the guy who breaks some basic principles. So after Knight B5, Knight C6, because of course D6 is probably made by A3, and after Bishop to A5, Tal will definitely go for B4, and with the idea of Bishop to B2 next and Queen to G4 to exploit the G7 pawn weakness. So let's go back to the game. So after fourth Knight to B5, black played Knight to C6, and here as white, Knight to D6 check, King E7, and then nothing is better than Knight to C8. So it only helps black because of Knight C8, Rook C8, only black who can develop further. So it's better to do something else. So think for a while and try to find out the best move as white. Okay, so here the best move is A3. Once again, Tal's idea is to deviate this bishop to A5 and then B4, and his intention is to improve his dark square bishop via A1 H8 diagonal. He will put his queen on G4 to further weaken the G7 pawn. Either black has to give up his castling right, or maybe he has to make some concession on king side. So after B4, CB4, and white played bishop to B2, attacking the G7 pawn. So after king F8, because if black goes for knight to F6, then white can increase his control over the D6 after E5, and if knight E4, then queen G4, and knight D6 is coming next. And whenever black takes on A3, white will simply take it back with the rook, and the rook is also ready to swing on king side with the great attacking chances. So here, instead of knight to F6, black played king to F8. After king to F8, white still chose E5 to increase his control over the weak D6 square. Now black played knight G7 and white played knight to F3. Yes, here queen F3 or queen G4, this kind of moves are possible, but it's not easy for white to exploit these weaknesses. So it's better to bring more pieces and keep your queen flexible. So here white played knight to F3. So now after A6, white just jumped to D6 and then knight to F5. So black's intention is to eliminate this strong D6 piece. So if white just wants to double black's pawn, white can play knight into F5. But Tal is not the guy who just play on a pawn structure. When you have a great attacking ability, great attacking chances. So here bishop b2 is a very strong piece. If you play knight to f5, that bishop remains blocked. So white's intention is to open that b2 bishop in future. So he will let black to take on d6. So here white played bishop to e2, a normal looking move. Now knight into d6, e into d6, and b into a3. And now you see the bishop on b2 becomes a very strong piece. And now it's the time to activate the rook. So now rook into a3. And now rook is ready to swing. So bishop to b4, immediately putting pressure on rook, and rook to d3. So it is necessary to defend this d6 pawn, because it's just not a pawn, it actually cramps whole black's position. And now still black should try maybe f6 and e5, but still it's difficult time for black. Here black wasted one more move with bishop to c5, and white goes for natural castle. Here still white is one pawn down, but if you see closely, it is really difficult for black to continue his development. His c8 bishop, his both rooks, all pieces are passive, while white's idea is very clear. White just wants to crosses through the king side in near future. Okay, so here black played e5 and white played queen to a1, asking for more weaknesses. So here g7 pawn is under attack, so black has to play f6. And here white goes for another strong move. Think for a while as white. Okay, so here white goes for a very strong move, knight to g5. Now let's understand why knight g5 is a very strong move. First of all, after knight to g5, white is now ready to swing this rook. White is asking to allow to improve both bishop and queen. He is improving his bishop. White's bishop may go to h5 in future, and maybe white can play king h1 followed by f4, f5 next move. This is how, with just one move, knight g5, white is trying to activate all the pieces. So after knight to g5, of course black cannot take on g5, because he simply allows bishop g7 as well, rook f3 as well, bishop h5 as well. So there is no defender on king side. So black chooses e5, and here after e5, white has few ideas. So again, you can pause this video and try to find out the best move as white. Okay, so here white has bishop h5 as one move, knight e4 as another move, but again Tal's move was amazing. He simply played a very cool move, king to h1, and keeps all the moves as a threat. And now one more threat is added, and that is f4. And now you can see the last piece, f1 rook, is also coming into the game. If black goes for fg5, then simply bishop into e5 followed by rook to f3 check and bishop to d3, and it is difficult to defend black's king because which opens maximum files. So fg5 is of course bad for black. If black goes for knight d4 in order to block the bishops and queens, and that is what the main point of king h1. Now you see the e2 bishop is not hanging with check. Of course, it's hanging, but not hanging with check. And so, white can go for the crushing f4. Yes, because after knight e2, you can just take on e5, take on f6, and using both rooks, knights, bishops, queens, all pieces are just attacking in black king, while black's pieces are just not more than spectators. So here, knight d4 is again not possible. It is forced for black to trade some pieces to release some tension, and that's why black chooses bishop to d4. At least by playing this move, black eliminates few pieces. Okay, still white went for f4. I think still bishop d4, e4, and then rook e1, which is still crushing. Still it is playable. But okay, let's go through Tal's game, which is still f4, which looks very normal and which brings new resources into the game. So after f4, queen b6. And now Tal played a very strange looking bishop to c3. So okay, still bishop d4 is possible, maybe knight d4 and then f takes e5. This is still winning, but okay, let's see. Tal has played bishop to c3. Okay, because his bishop on b2 was hanging, so he has just simply moved his bishop to c3, and in next move he will launch his further attack. Okay, so now bishop into c3 and now queen into c3. So still white put pressure on e5 and f6. So here queen d4 won't help black because white will simply come back to a1. And if knight d4, then f into e5. So black chooses king to g8. And white went for f cross e5. Now if black didn't take it back, then white will simply go for ef6 as well. So black is forced to take on e5, and now knight to e4. So Tal's idea is to play knight into f6 next move, eliminating all the covers around black king. And now black try to make a escape route for his king, but it's too late because now white has played knight cross f6, crushing through f pawn. Now f takes, g takes f6, and now try to find out again the best move as white. Here Tal went for another excellent move, and which is queen takes e5. Yes, another beautiful move. So after f takes e5, now black's king is simply cut off along with f5. Now rook g3 check, king h7, and bishop d3 check. And black resigned because after king to h6, rook f6 is mint. So this is what the wonderful game by Tal. Hope you have liked my video. Please subscribe my channel for the future notification. Thank you.